All right, welcome to Humpdays. Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, Humpers.
We just had our first live show, and it was so much fun.
Oh my God, thank you for everyone who came. It was such a blast. That was so cool. At Rosco's, the couple we interviewed last time.
What's the premise of the show? Just to explain to everyone, Rebecca.
Oh yeah, so we're going to be putting this on every month, so keep an eye out for Humpdays Live. It's basically an interactive show where the audience can be a part of the show. You come ready with your craziest, wildest, sexiest dating stories, and the comedians each pick their favorite, and they go up, do a bit of comedy, and then they talk about the story, and whoever tells the best story wins a very, very special prize.
And the prize was the prize was a giant dick cake. Which we're very proud of.
Let's talk about the winning story.
Yeah, let's talk about the winning story. So if you guys have a story like this and you're in Austin, Texas, come on by to our show. Yeah. So this is the story that won. I found out my boyfriend of 2.5 years had a daughter with his dad's girlfriend's daughter. So his dad's girlfriend.
Yeah. Has a daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. And then his son had banged his dad's girlfriend's daughter. So the son.
There's two generations.
Yeah, the son.
Yeah, there's no incest though.
There's no incest, but you banged your stepsister.
Yes.
You banged your stepsister.
Well, they weren't married.
I wonder how often that happens.
Yeah. Someone banging the only in porn.
That's true, they weren't married. That's a good point.
It happens a lot in porn.
Yes.
Your stepsister.
What if the son was that girl before the dad started dating her mom?
Wasn't that what happened with The Simpsons though, with like Marge's mom and Homer's mom? Then it's okay. Audrey, do you remember what your story was? You were also on the show.
Yeah. So there was a girl that she went on a Hinge date and she was at a park and they were having wine and cheese, and then out of nowhere the guy takes his shoes off and his feet smelled worse than cheese.
Oh wow.
And she never saw him again. And she didn't even fucking tell him his feet smelled bad. Like, at least tell him, I think.
Well, the stories are adorable. Right?
Yeah.
They're adorable.
Yeah.
But if you have a horrifying one, the comedians would love that.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one too, because what are your thoughts on that? Like, why wouldn't you give someone a second date because of the feet?
I think, okay, first of all, it's very weird of you just to do that.
Yeah.
Like, there's food. There's food right next to me. It depends, like, and if they smell that bad and he didn't notice, that's also a big red flag.
Like, self-awareness is hot.
Is very
like,
true.
You need to be very hygienic, at least on the first date. You know, you got to be the cleanest.
That's true.
Are you trying to get fucking laid or not? Like, I don't know. Yeah, don't have stinky feet next to the cheese.
Like that's his best.
Yeah, come on.
Technically.
That's your first impression. His stinky feet. That's third date material right there. That's like, you gotta wait.
Yeah, that's like you're supposed to be wearing your best shoes and your best socks,
and you just take everything off.
And
like,
your best, yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine that because the smell. Because then you invite him back to your apartment because you know you can't go to his apartment because it's probably a stinking mess.
Oh God, yeah.
Right.
He's like, take your shoes off. She's like, I really don't want to.
It's a warning sign. And even I've had like stinky breath, and that one's just impossible to get by. Stinky feet that's hard. Yeah, but it's
on
not
the
like
first date, man. Yeah,
I think if he kept his shoes on and was trying his best to mask it and like did his due diligence, washing his feet and everything, was aware, then it's
right. And he was wearing
completely
socks
different
too.
story.
I asked her if it was like a sandal situation or like maybe he wasn't wearing socks. He was wearing socks too.
Oh, they probably didn't wash the socks.
Dude has a weak sneaker game.
I had a guy in university that I sat next to, and he was awesome. Honestly, a really, really sweet guy, really great guy, but he refused to do laundry for like the whole year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He just had this weird thing where he never washed anything. And so he just smelled like it was really like you could feel it in your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Rebecca went to art school, so that was probably like his like.
Oh God, that's gonna be a lot.
Probably
of
making
that
a
was like,
statement.
That was
gonna
him.
reveal it.
You ever played that so much? You're like, he's a sweet guy. No, he's not.
Yeah. That is selfish.
That's disgusting.
But he was so nice to everyone, and
No,
he
he's
was
not.
like,
he smells like shit. He's mean.
Yeah, that's true.
That's mean. It's mean to smell that.
oh my
That's
God,
true.
it's rude to everyone around you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was so much fun. And honestly, I think if you guys do have a more intense, crazy story, bring it forward.
Yeah.
And even the cute ones are great. You know, they could win. They can make the audience giggle.
And the
It's
cakes,
whatever the audience likes best.
The cakes aren't always big black ones. They will be different types of dick cakes, or
I don't know.
there might even be a.
Big cake.
It was a big
Yeah.
cake. Yeah, it was a
It's-
big black cake.
It's called a donut.
It was a donut.
It's from Voodoo's Donut.
Voodoo Donuts, shout out.
I wonder how many they sell a day because they're just readily available.
The dick cake.
I mean,
Oh,
they're super
yeah.
secret and you can only get it at our show.
Yeah.
Remember the trans one?
Yeah.
There's going to be a female penis donut at our next show.
We'll get it custom.
So Rebecca makes me binge watch these reality shows on Netflix, and we just finished watching Love is Blind.
Yes. We are going to be talking about
Yeah.
what we saw so far. There's been basically a recap of the whole season before they sit down and have the reunion. Because, I don't know, who do you think stood out to you the most?
The lawyer who was a little bit autistic with the buck teeth.
The one that Irina said he looked like a cartoon?
Yeah, he
does look like
that
a
was my
cartoon.
favorite one, because I don't know if Audrey, do you watch Love is Blind at all? No. You look like you're a big fan. But it was the funniest thing because they really hit it off in like the pods, like the blind part. And then
He had two girls
he had
after
two
him.
girls after him. One like he really connected with, and this
Yeah.
other one like he chose the other one.
Yeah.
And they went to go meet, and she did not find him attractive from like the beat. Like it was just like it was like the most awkward hug where she like pulled away, and then there's like he can feel it. He's trying to win her back, and like there's a moment where he looks at her and he goes. And she's not that attractive herself either, because they're all from Seattle. Like it's not an LA thing, and like you can.
Say less. Say
Seattle.
less.
Seattle
This isn't an LA based show.
So
But it made it more endearing because they were just like us.
yeah, like it's you really have to like their personality to marry them.
They needed this show. It wouldn't have happened for them otherwise.
So there's a moment where he's really trying to flatter this girl, and he goes, "You look like, has anyone ever told you look like Megan Fox?" And she's self-aware, like she has acne scars on her face, and
God.
she's like, "What?" Like,
everyone in all the producers. There was a TikTok I saw with the producer behind the scenes for that scene being like, sorry, what?
just like, are you sure you're not actually blind?
He impressed her. So he had two women after him in the pods, Zack. He was one of the love triangles. There's 3 love triangles on this show, and they're in the pods. Do you guys get what the pods mean? It basically, they are not, there's like a little thin veil wall kind of thing in between them, and they come, and the men live on one side, the women live on the other side, and they go into different like rooms, and they date for like, I don't know, 12 hours a day or something like
Yeah.
that. They go on like dates for like a whole 2 weeks for like 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like maybe not everyone is going all 12 hours, but they're like in the pods for hours dating and selecting who they like more. And then before they actually see them.
So you like go on meals, like you eat with them? Like,
Yeah. Well, you plan out the
Kind
date,
of, yeah.
but you can kind of see like how it's like they don't know how to date because we're all used to hookup culture texting. So it's like these conversations are so dumb.
Yeah.
Like one guy's like,
Yeah.
I wrote you a song, and like he didn't even
That's
write
Zack.
it. Like it was a song from someone else. Like
That's
he
the
didn't
one
write the
you-
lyrics. Yeah.
Lawyer. It turns out it's been revealed that it was a song that existed, and he said it, that's how he
Well,
got
a couple
Irina.
guys wrote songs.
Yeah, actually, you know what? There were a couple serenades. That's right, and poetry as well. There's a couple
Oh,
poems as
no.
well, and I think it like most of the time it worked somehow. That would be something that makes me put an X, because I won't date no little bitch.
Yeah.
No, just
Don't want to date a guy caught up in his feelings.
when Alfie cries, I threaten to leave him.
Yeah, it's true. But it's only over sports.
No, but it's just, I don't know. There's something, it was weird how, I believe with Irena and Zack. So Irena's the one, the Megan Fox one.
The Megan Fox lookalike.
And
The Seattle Megan Fox.
it's really, no, it is really not, he's not that bad looking.
No.
There's just, it's weird because to me, I'm like, the way he looks isn't the part that's bad. It's
that
the
he doesn't
personality.
blink, and he just like apparently he talks a lot. Because it's kind of funny, like because one woman accused them of bad editing for her, but with
Yeah.
this Zack guy, it's like I think they tried to make everyone look good. Because there's one really crazy girl, and we'll get into that, but. I think they made her look good, like they tried their best. Because with Zack, this guy, it's just like he wasn't likable. You didn't really want to pull for him. It's not like they tried to make him likable. It's just he would just stare without blinking and talking. And like even when he went to go met this girl's parents, there's a line the dad said. He was
Bliss.
like, yeah, he's like this guy.
The one that he ended up marrying.
Yeah, he's like her dad's like this guy talks a lot.
So
and
they
it's like,
marry at the end.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's the so the finale is when they both date. So they both go in the pods, they exit the pods. They go on all of these dates and like meet each other's families and like live their real life, do their jobs, like see if they are actually marriage material for like what, another month, something like that. And then they get this whole wedding, and both of them don't really know if each other's going to say I do at the end. And a couple times they like say no, I don't want to marry you in front of like their families, and they got dressed up for their wedding and everything. So Audrey's face is shocked. She's intrigued. You're going to binge it, aren't you? All of you should binge it. And if not, just watch this, I guess. You'll get the recap right here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So one of them did leave the altar, or leave his woman at the altar and said no, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another nerdy guy.
But honestly, she's not like she wasn't necessarily a catch either. She was kind of she's the mean girl too. She was with that Irena girl, the one that like basically went with Zack just to be on the show, basically, in my opinion.
We get the free trips, yeah. You get to like stay in Mexico in a resort. It's like, yeah, I guess I'll put up with this guy. Why would you leave?
Of course, yeah.
Plus
And then she just couldn't do it. She was like putting pillows between them to go to bed and like being like, I need my alone time. And that was such a
That's so insulting.
yeah. And he would just be like, you look really nice today. And she'd be like, she kind of always had her hair like this, and she was just kind of
like just wanted to vomit. Just like, oh my god, I can't believe I picked this guy.
she didn't like it. She didn't like the way he looked for sure, but I just don't I don't know. It's so funny because she didn't like the way he looked, but then like most people and like all of the other women, as well as the woman's dad that he ended up actually marrying, they all just like found his personality so unappealing. And like all the guys, they'd be like, oh yeah, Zach's a talker. And like the other guy was like, yeah. And the dad said that too. He was like, yeah, he likes to talk a lot. And he's smart. But it doesn't necessarily mean he'll be successful. And it's just like, he's just so unappealing.
Well, he's a lawyer, but like a criminal lawyer. And it's like, criminals don't have money. So it's just like, you're not going to be making much money, especially in Seattle.
So he's
where criminals are just allowed to be on the streets.
Because he was saying like, oh, I'm giving, the criminal justice system is broken and I'm giving people a chance. And then like the dad's just going like, he's broke. Because criminals don't have money. So he was just he's not really or oh dang, because we can't swear on YouTube.
Yeah, that's great.
We edited that. Oh dang, he is not the one for my daughter. And even as he was walking her down the aisle, right before she went to say yes ultimately, which he was like, oh, like, never settle in this life, before he walks her down the aisle. So everyone just didn't like this guy. But anyway, he is getting in trouble for the copyright of the song. And then he has like long hair, and he's like all these women are flooding to him on Instagram, and he's like, I don't know, he's just behaving like he's a single guy now.
Well,
so I suspect
he's probably
they don't
never
like-
gotten attention from girls before. Like that's probably his first time getting attention from girls. So it's just like
he's famous now.
He's famous now, and he's married. Like, can you imagine that? Like, he's never gotten attention from girls, and you finally get it once you ask a girl to marry you. Like, girls want to bang you because you asked a girl to marry you. What hell is that?
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like I predict that they're apart, that they're not together anymore, that they divorced. I feel like she couldn't handle it anymore. But she just seems like a sweet, nice girl. I really don't think that Bliss did anything wrong.
No, they're all nice.
Yeah.
But my favorite one was the crazy girl. What was the crazy girl's name?
Irena.
Jacqueline.
Jackie.
So she dated a guy, and this was the guy that wrote a poem as well, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes, he did.
Marshall.
Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall looks
So
like a
that
great
was
guy.
another love triangle.
I like Marshall.
That's
I think
the
I'd be
second love triangle. Yeah.
I think I'd be friends with Marshall. We'll just leave it on this one with Marshall. Marshall's my favorite. So we're only gonna talk about the crazy ones, like the ones that made it. No one cares about. We'll put up a picture. We'll put up a picture right here of who made it. Boom. They live happily ever after. The end. Now back to the crazy.
The most drama that they had was that one of them like fell asleep in the pod, and then one of them was like this picture perfect couple, blah blah blah. They worked out. Everything was good. His suit didn't fit on the wedding day.
His suit pants didn't fit.
It
That was the big drama.
Fit him, so he had to go to a seamstress last minute. Like that was the only drama from them. Done.
Yeah, boom.
So then the crazy other one was Jackie.
Jackie, my favorite.
Jacqueline.
Oh yeah, she'd probably get pissed if I called her Jackie.
And she's going crazy online right now, being really mad for like at the producers, completely just ditching her NDA, throwing it to the wind, and she's just like telling everyone that she met. So she was with Marshall, connected with this kind of soft kind of guy,
Marshall,
right? And then there was this guy Josh, and he was very like, oh, what up, baby? Oh, kind of guy.
Yeah.
Right?
He looked like a fighter because he had cauliflower ear too. So
and he just
he had a
seems
little
very
cross
toxic.
earring too.
He just shows up drunk, all toxic, and they throw him into there because they knew that Marshall's
Stirring the
love life-
pot.
Yeah, they were stirring the pot. And so she jumped ship from the kind of normal, humble, emotionally adjusted, kind of a little bit softy kind of guy. She thought that he wouldn't she complained that he wouldn't like slap her and things like that in bed.
Oh yeah, what was the
right?
line? She did use a
She
line
was
like that.
Yeah, she was
She's like,
upset.
we don't have sex. You're not aggressive enough. I need an aggressive man. I need an aggressive man.
So she jumps ship for the toxic guy with I do not understand how he was appealing at all.
We didn't get much of her backstory, but just from that line, I knew she's not close with her dad.
And she, what were we gonna say about her? That she jumped ship?
Well, yeah, she went to so she didn't show up for her dress fitting, and then went on a date with this guy, and then now you know the backstory to that. So now she's going loco.
So now she's going crazy because she went on a date with this guy, and the producers she's claiming that they edited it so that it looked like she went on this date first before breaking up with the other guy, but really it was after she said, and she's just like basically saying that they've edited her into oblivion and like changed how she is perceived and like made her seem like crazy and rude. So
No, she was the one. She was the one that I remember because I was laughing at this. So this is what these are kind of funny because like they meet the guy and she's like pretending to be happy. She's like, I'm really happy. Usually I date tall, muscular men with facial hair, better build, nice clothes, but I'm happy to be with him. So it's just like that's not editing. That's you.
Definitely the short part she didn't like. And then she did go into a party once and was like bragging that he had a huge dick. Remember? She was like, he's great, we're good, his dick is great. And then he made a big deal about that. So like she definitely just ditched him because of like his personality.
Well,
Because
like
he was too healthy.
I think he was
like
too
a great
healthy.
guy.
She was toxic and he was just too healthy, I think.
Yeah. And
She
he
didn't
was
feel like
besties with Brett, the other like healthy guy. So I feel like they both would be great partners and they just kind of, But she was the hot one. She was super hot. She was hot. Beautiful. But she went crazy.
That's true.
loco.
That's why she went for the other fighter guy who walked around drunk and stuff. She felt like she didn't deserve a good guy, so she went for the toxic cauliflower ear guy.
And they're still together, I think. So we'll see. We'll see.
Oh,
if
they
they're
really
still
got together
for that.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any domestic disputes yet. So
She accused him of editing. Another thing that's come out that's kind of funny is that Nick Lachey apparently stands on a box because he's only 5'2". So like, look out for that in the reunion.
What's the
TikTok? Like this is so interesting because we're in an age of TikTok. So there's like all of these people are spreading everything they can that is not just as so long as it doesn't. It's like perfectly technically does not infringe on their NDA. So something like that, he just goes full blast with and gets a million views on TikTok.
It's kind of funny. He's on Love Is Blind with Vanessa Manillo. That's her name, Vanessa Manillo. So they're on Love Is Blind. Yeah. And he used to be on another reality show with Jessica Simpson called Love Is Stupid.
Jessica Simpson.
Or Love Is Dumb.
that was like such a nice OG reality show.
That was.
Oh my God, the memories.
Is tuna chicken? Because it's chicken of the sea, right? And he just looks at her like, oh shit, this isn't going to last.
There was one other scandal, which was another, I believe, a love triangle, which was involving Kwame, the guy. We can really quickly go over Kwame and Chelsea.
Kwame has a 7 head.
They're apparently told together. He has a what?
7 head.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And a lot of blackheads, I really wish he would get rid of those.
We're gonna edit that part because he's actually black.
Hmm?
I'm sorry.
I'm like, what? I didn't get it. Yeah, just one. But yeah, they had like this weird, like, he was the kid and then she was the mom kind of relationship. So it was like this kind of stuck up, like, white lady. I mean, not really stuck up. She's okay, but she was just like bossing him around a lot. And then he also was like being a bratty teen kind of vibe. So I don't know. They ended up getting married, but everyone was surprised. And I don't know if that's editing or what. Like, the editing in this stuff is just hilarious, right? It's like all reality TV where they're just like, you know, throughout the conversation in the listening shot, they'll wait till the end and use those clips to make it feel like they're all like awkwardly pausing and going like, like if they go to reach for this.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like a time where you can see the other person's head is like moving, so they're actively talking, but they just like mute it, and then put some music on top that's
Like
royalty-free
Christian
pop vibe, like AI generated music. It's always like, I don't know, they'll be doing something so basic, like they'll just like smile at each other at dinner, and then it'll be like, oh, whoa, it's a crazy life. Like, it's like that. It's so like, anyway, it's ridiculous. It's like AI generated. That's what Zack should have done. He should have just AI generated his song. He would have had better luck, but instead he copied one directly and thought the internet wouldn't find out. He's in the TikTok era as a reality star. What is he doing? But yeah, I was in the middle of talking about that one last love triangle, which was Kwame, Micah, Micah, the other mean girl, and Paul.
Yeah.
And so Paul, and I guess the other girl too, but Paul, he's the one that left her at the altar, and now there's a crazy conspiracy that he banged her best friend.
Yeah.
And she was a bridesmaid. And the two bridesmaids, as the girl was rejected at the altar, crying and running away, were laughing and sneakily laughing at each other.
Yeah, they're mean girls. They're like,
Ooh, and it triggered me.
Yeah, they're mean girls. They're the mean girls that like, I think it's like, they're like they dress up real nice, but they're not that hot. Like, they dress up like hot girls, but like they're kind of off hot, like off colored hot, like dollar store brand hot.
Yeah.
And so that's why they're extra mean. So like, so the girl that was getting married was like the bit hotter one. So they wanted to bring her down a peg. So like, I don't like him. You shouldn't get married. And they kept trying to put him down and like, we don't want you to be happy type of thing. So I think that's why one of them banged him.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I wanted to test him, and then he failed the test, and I just did it for you.
Now you know.
That's
now
probably
you know
what she's doing.
I was right the whole time. You're welcome.
Yeah. And I think the girl obviously would like, whoever walked through that door, we know that type of girl. It's like whoever walked through that door, she would just be like, I don't think he's good for you, because she just wants her drinking buddy.
Yeah, that's true. Right? She just wanted a drinking buddy because this guy was smart. He was like a scientist. This guy was like a nerdy scientist. Yeah. So it's just like...
Yeah. And he didn't know if he loved her either, and she was just mean. She was like giggling with Irena and at the other nice girl that Zack liked, just like, or at Bliss, just like totally being immature and ridiculous, and it triggered me so bad. And the whole internet's against her now. They both released like the exact same statements from like the same PR team, I'm sure. Yeah. And they're just like, I'm sorry if we like offended anyone, but it like, I don't know, who cares? You guys represented yourself the way you wanted to, but the mean girls are under attack lately with like the whole Hailey Bieber thing. Like, people are just riled up, and I'm here for it. It's fine, you know? Because I felt it in my soul. I felt it in my gut, like from high school vibes. And it's just, it makes me upset that there are women out there like that. And I don't know how that happens, because I don't think that's like a daddy issue thing. No. That's like a mommy issue thing, maybe.
No, it's just
right?
their issue, man.
Oh, well said.
Anyway, everyone be nice to each other. And that's what we think. I think that, who do you think won't be together? I think the only ones that won't be together is Zack and Bliss. I think they won't be together. Well, he just has single guy energy right now.
The thing is with these, like, well, especially the reality shows in general, the thing is, in order to be with someone, to really like them, like, you have to be able to sit down and do nothing with them.
Yeah.
So just be able to, if you could just sit down and just do nothing with somebody, that's when you know you have the one. But with these reality shows, you can like take anyone with you, like anybody the opposite sex that you just find attractive, and go to the top of
Zack.
Yeah. No, I said find attractive. But it's just like you could be with a doorknob and they're just hot and you get to take a helicopter ride on top of a mountain or go on like yacht boat rides. That's what all these reality shows are. And you have like the finest meals in the world and you're at the finest resorts in the world. Yeah. And then afterwards, with these reality shows, you have to go back and stay with them in their shoebox apartments. So that's what's been interesting with all these reality shows where it's like, okay, now you get to meet the family and see where they live. Then they're like, oh, this is where you live? Like, where am I going to fit my stuff? And it's just like, oh, real life came to hit you hard, didn't it?
Yeah, so they are doing a decent job of trying to make it work like an actual real love story. But because otherwise they would just all marry each other if it was just in the vacation mode.
Yeah, of course. It's like, yeah, well, that's why a lot of them did stay until
they ease them into reality.
That's why a lot of them did stay after seeing the person, because it's like, well, I don't want to leave this beautiful resort. Like, we're going to Mexico tomorrow. I guess I could handle a couple nights with this guy. Just put a pillow right here.
And they all get a lot of brand deals. I feel like this season isn't as this season's a little bit predictable in terms of who's going to be together in the reunion and who isn't.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm curious about is really like who shills the MLM, you know? Who is going to be selling Airbon? Who is going to be taking all those easy brand deals and ruining their brand image overall immediately? Who's going to take all these newfound followers and screw it up?
Zack.
Maybe. I think Irena.
Yeah, for sure.
But all right. Anyway. And if you didn't watch Love is Blind, I really hope that you don't have to and that this filled you in. You know everything now, okay?
There's a Brazilian one, and I bet they're all hot and just immediately just start having sex.
Next year, what would be a downgrade from Seattle? Which state will it go in?
Well, I think they should go into Arkansas and put some cousins in there.
That would be so good.
I fell in love with my cousin. I think I'm gonna go through with it. Happy hopping, everyone.